Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be an update to pan those eyeshadows. It's update number 4 because I started late. I do it randomly. I actually use the pretty random wheel. I have all my eyeshadow palettes in there and I have it set to where it can only pick each palette once. So eventually I'll get down to one palette, I guess, that'll have pan on it. Anyways, it's randomly selected eyeshadow palette and then a randomly selected eyeshadow shade. And there's 5 of them all randomly selected. And I use it till I hit pan. This month I hit pan on 1. And so that means I'll be rolling in a new palette. And let's go ahead and get started with the original color story. First one I have is the Lorac Pro 2 palette. And here's what mine looks like. It's very, very well loved, even though there's no pans. There's tons and tons of dips in a lot of the shades, especially the shimmers. So the shade that's in this project right now is this shade called Charcoal. So this dark gray. Can you see the dip? I hope. Anyways, there it kind of shows it. It's this dark cool tone gray shade. This one I have used 10 times, so I did use it a few times this month. It's just hard to use because everything else is so cool toned. And you can't tell from that swatch, but it is a pretty pigmented shade. So there is that one, Charcoal. It's obviously staying in because there is no pan quite yet. If I were to actually use it, I could hit pan so easily because it's so powdery, but it's been in for what, like 2-3 months and it's only had 10 uses. Maybe I'll actually try much harder on that this month. Okay, next is ColourPop's Lush Life palette. And here's what mine looks like. This is another one that's getting neglected for pan those eyeshadows anyways. The shade that was randomly rolled in is right here called Guava. Now there is a slight dip. But I've used it 12 times. So I think this was just so close to another shade that's in here, which isn't its fault because this was rolled in first actually, but I think I just get tired of using ColourPop eyeshadow palettes, to be honest. There is right there. It's a nice warm tone, so hopefully I'll use it this fall. By the way, I did have eyeshadow on today, and I've rubbed it off of my eyes because I guess I touch my eyes a lot, and I've had my makeup on for at least 13 hours. Also, if this side of my face looks a little more blush than the other side, it's because I filmed a makeup haul video, and I tried a blush on this side. Anyways, next is the one I hit pan on, and it's another ColourPop palette. It's the Snow White Dreams Come True palette. I love these Disney princess ones. I have this one in Belle from ColourPop. So cute. It has the beginning of her storybook. Here's what it looks like. And I'm sure you can see the pan and you could tell which one I was working on. Because this was in, this whole 4 shades on the top actually got used quite a bit. This one is kind of like a super shock, but anyways, this is the one that was in the project. And obviously it was a perfect lid setting shade, and I used it 23 times to hit pan. And honestly, I used it like an extra 2 times because I always use a lid setting shade for the most part. And then I realized that there is a lid setting shade in the Lorac palette called Buff. So I started using that one too. It actually has a dent in it, but yeah. Okay. Next is Natasha Denona. My probably fanciest palette I have, even though this is super old. It's the Sunrise palette. And it's all warm tones, so perfect for fall. Unfortunately, this is the one I use least. I was super excited to roll in the shade, which was randomly picked, called Citrine, which looks kind of orangey, but I swear it's a neon yellow. Maybe you'll be able to tell in the swatch. I've only used it twice, so. There's a little scuff on the pan, but no real dip. I've used it twice in this project anyways. There it is right there, yellow. See how yellow it looks now? Yellows are so hard to formulate, so I don't really mind if it's patchy, I guess you could say, on the swatch anyways. There is, okay, now you can tell it's neon orange, I feel like. So I guess if I mix maybe these two, it'll be a more wearable fall shade, but I really need to work on that. Definitely a fall color story so far. Oops, I didn't swatch the Snow White one. Let me do that real quick. Swatch it on the end since it's rolling out. Oh, that shade was called With a Smile, by the way, in the Snow White palette. There it is right there. I really packed it on so you could see it. And last but not least is what rolled in last month. And it was this Cinderella Sigma palette. It's the only palette I have by Sigma. I think I have 48 palettes. This is the only one by Sigma. Here's what it looks like. And the shade that's in this project definitely is the one with most use. It's right here called Pumpkin, which is perfect for fall. Maybe I would have put that in my fall project pan if it wasn't in this project, obviously. There is a dip though. Can you tell? I feel like you can. This one's a slightly bit more wearable shade than the other warm toned one. Let's see if you can tell. Yeah, definitely more of like a warm brown than the ColourPop one. See if I can boat it up a little. Yeah. This is the most fall color story I've like ever seen that's randomly generated. So maybe when we roll this new one in for Snow White, something like crazy will happen and we'll get something unique. I'm hoping obviously for a shimmer because I have 5 mattes in right now. They're all matte and I really want a shimmer. But anyways, let's go ahead and randomly select the palette, which is ABH Subculture. I'm so excited. I haven't worked on an ABH one yet. I just kept getting ColourPop. So ABH Subculture, I'll get that. Okay, I got the palette, which is super exciting. It's the ABH Subculture. There's 14, oops, I meant to do that. There's 14 shades in it and none of them have pan, but they all look like they're one use away from hitting pan, which is also exciting because that means maybe this could be a rollout next month and we can get something new. Can you, yeah, there's like dents in everything besides maybe these 2 shades at the end. Yeah, they all have dents. Adorn looks like it's like one use away from hitting pan. Dawn has been repressed because it used to have pan, but it still counts. So I'm hoping, I guess, for Electric, Cube, Adorn, or I guess Dawn, just because it's so close to hitting pan. There's only 3 shimmer shades in this palette though, so yikes. This pretty random app also just decided to play an ad, so I guess we'll wait until that's over. Dang, I wish you could tell. And when I'm looking at it, it's so much more obvious that there's huge dips in everything. Like, there we go. Now you can tell. Right? There's huge dips in everything but Rowdy and Axis. So let's see. Okay. It's set to 2, but I didn't click it yet. It's 1 through 14. So let's see what it gives us. And it is 9. We got a shimmer! One of the 3 shimmers. We got Electric. Oh, I'm so excited. I will say this is one of the only pans that is like full, it seems like. But it is the shimmer. So exciting. It's like a goldish green shimmer. It's also getting hard pan as I touch it. I can feel it. But let's at least get a swatch out of it, hopefully. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm so excited. ABH has great shimmers. This will be an easy wear, I feel like. So there's that. Let me swatch the others. Continuing with the fall theme, I'd say. Going out of order, but I'm trying to swatch fast so I don't like take too long on this video, I guess. I guess the only shade that's not really fall themed is the charcoal, like dark gray shade. So okay. There's the color story. It did change. because of the shimmer. I'm just so excited to have a shimmer, to be honest, and that it's an ABH palette, so it's a different formula. But yeah, that's what the color story looks like. These two shades are a lot different than I thought they were, to be honest. So yeah, hopefully I'll have a pan next month. I think the only thing I might could have pan on is this charcoal shade. I doubt I'll have pan in the subculture one, but it is easy to hit pan on ABH shadows, so we'll see. Anyways, thanks for watching this video, and here's the progress pictures.